Hello, thank you for joining us. This is Nationwide. I'm Ruth Aguela. President Bola Tinubu and First Lady Oluremi Tinubu have departed Addis Ababa for Abuja after attending the 38th African Union Summit. Before departure, the president and his wife were personally seen off at the Bole Addis Ababa International Airport by the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed. The Nigerian leader was also accorded a brief ceremony with military honors at the airport. President Tinubu attended the 38th Ordinary Summit of the African Heads of State and Government, which saw the emergence of President João Lourenço of Angola as AU chairperson, while Mahmoud Ali Yusufu from Djibouti was elected as the chairperson of the commission. Also at the summit, the heads of state launched a new theme for the year, which is justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations. It is to guide the process towards seeking redress for historical injustices done to Africa and its people. In other news, tensions run high at the Lagos State House of Assembly as the Department of State Services besieged the complex, locking out Speaker Mojisola Meranda and other legislators from accessing the chamber. This dramatic turn of events unfolded as a result of the recent leadership change in the Assembly, which saw Honorable Meranda becoming the first female speaker, replacing former Speaker Mudashiru Obasa. The DSS actions were reportedly aimed at preventing the lawmakers from gaining access to the chamber, sparking a standoff between the two sides. However, the legislators refused to back down. And after a parliamentary session, they took matters into their own hands, breaking the locks to gain entry into the chamber. As the situation continues to unfold, it remains to be seen how this will impact the legislative business of the Assembly and the governance of Lagos State as a whole. Meanwhile, Lagos State lawmakers have reiterated their support for the first female Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Mojisola Meranda, by passing a vote of confidence on her leadership. This was at a plenary presided over by the Speaker in Lagos. The lawmakers insist that the recent change in leadership and emergence of Honorable Mojisola Meranda remained the consensus of the entire membership of the Lagos State House of Assembly. The Police Service Commission today has approved the appointment of Moshood Jimoh as the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Command. CP Jimoh, before his appointment, was Commissioner of Police, Ports Authority, Eastern Ports. Jimoh, who hails from Kwara State, was former First Public Relations Officer and later Deputy Commissioner Airport Police, Deputy Commissioner Finance and Administration, and Deputy Commissioner General Investigation. Desirous to effectively combat the illicit trend of smuggling in its operational environment, the Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base Badagry has handed over 1,109 bags of contraband foreign rice, recently seized to Seme Area Command of the Nigerian Customs Service. Diana Ajali reports.
The Nigerian Navy Forward Operating Base Badagry intercepted more than 1,000 bags of parboiled rice at Isalu and Yafin communities around Badagry.
The Nigerian Navy has zero tolerance for illegalities and all sorts of smuggling activities in this AOR. It is also important to reaffirm our commitments to strengthening our collaborations with other agencies, our sister services, other security-related agencies within Badagry and its environment, not forgetting the host community.
The Navy base, through its quick response team, also foiled smuggling attempts involving petroleum products, 3,375 litres of petrol, which was later destroyed, 121 parcels of cannabis sativa, and rescued 9 suspected victims of human trafficking.
We appreciate the Nigerian Navy for this seizure that they have met and the long-time synergy.
Drug war involves everybody. It's not NLA alone.
The law enforcement agents, however, warned those engaged in smuggling to desist from the act or continue to lose their goals and face the wrath of the law. In Lagos, Diana Ajale, NTA News.
And still staying in Lagos, let's head to the studios there where we join Hingino. I'm sure there's also more reports on customs seizure of contraband items. Hello, Hingino. Where we join Hingino.
Thank you, Ruth, and welcome to Lagos. Security agencies in the country are deepening collaboration to dislodge the illicit supply of small arms and light weapons. The handover of 1,599 assorted arms and 2,998 live cartridges by the Customs to the National Center for the Control of Small Arms and Light Weapons is a testament. Joel Bukola reports.
This seizure is a major breakthrough in tackling crime and criminality. According to security operatives, the targets are criminal gangs and groups terrorizing innocent people. Speaking during the handover in Lagos, the Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, stated that some of the importers of the assault weapons have been convicted, while other cases are still pending in courts. 11 suspects connected to the arms trafficking syndicate were also handed over to relevant authorities for further investigation. The CG noted that Customs has played a frontline role in maintaining national security by intercepting illegal arms and ammunition. The agency also reinforced its core mandate of protecting the nation's borders through targeted anti-smuggling operations and precise intelligence-driven interventions.
We are going to sort out the documentation, but basically we will hand over everything that we have to the center for more action. I want to hand over this rifles.
On his part, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ribadu, who was represented, commended the collaborative efforts between Customs and other arms-bearing agencies, reiterating the government's commitment to preventing the circulation of illicit arms. In Lagos, Joel Bukola, NTA News.
Turning to education now, for polytechnics in Nigeria to become first-choice tertiary institutions, there is a need to upgrade them to degree-awarding institutions in specialized areas, especially in technology-oriented courses. Joel Bukola reports that experts say this will create more room for admission, reduce pressure on the universities, and end the age-long HND-BSc dichotomy.
Polytechnics are institutions established to produce professionals in technical, technological, and vocational education that will address national manpower needs. But for many Nigerians, university education is usually the first choice, with many students opting for polytechnics after failing to secure admission to the university. This dichotomy, polytechnic lecturers say, has become a nagging issue in Nigeria and does not augur well for the future of polytechnic education.
What we want, what can be done to make the polytechnic first choice is, one, allow the polytechnic to mount Bachelor of Technology degree. Now, when we say Bachelor of Technology degree, we are not talking about the type of Bachelor of Technology degree that is mounted in Federal University of Technology, but BTech in specialized areas. For example, if you run a BTech in artificial intelligence.
The Senate needs to approve. They need to speed work on the bills on National Polytechnic Commission. We need a commission.
And the quality of graduates is nearly 80% practical and 20% theory. So the emphasis is on the technical quality, competency, and skill requirement for such category of manpower. That's where I feel, and that's all the time, there is nothing to feel discriminated about. It's just a matter of showing what you can do and what you can offer.
Apart from upgrading the polytechnics in the areas of facilities, awarding degrees in specialized courses that are technical-oriented will deepen technological education through curricular enhancement and retain the widening pool of qualified manpower, which will in turn attract funding and stop the dichotomy. In Lagos, Joel Bukola, NTA News.
Those are the stories from Lagos. Our next stop on Nationwide is Port Harcourt after the break.
And concealed the nature of his sickness until it was too late. Eventually, after he passed, we discovered he had tuberculosis. Sadly, due to the stigma and discrimination surrounding the disease, he would not speak up or seek for help. His death was a painful reminder that we could have intervened and saved a life if only we had known earlier. Tuberculosis is an airborne disease that primarily affects the lungs, but can also impact other parts of the body. Being airborne means anyone, regardless of their social economic status, can contract it. In Nigeria, one person dies of TB-related illness every 7 minutes, amounting to 206 deaths every day. Globally, one person succumbs to TB every 25 seconds, which is a staggering 3,456 lives lost daily. These deaths are entirely preventable because TB is curable if detected and treated early. If you or someone you know has been coughing for 2 weeks or more, coughing up blood, experiencing night sweats, or losing weight drastically, it might be TB. Please visit the nearest government hospital or primary healthcare center for proper diagnosis and treatment. TB treatment is free in all government and some private health facilities. Let us also remember not to stigmatize or discriminate against TB patients or those who have been treated for TB. Individuals who have been cured of TB cannot infect others. I call on all stakeholders, especially the private sector, to join us in the fight to end TB in Nigeria. Together, we can make a difference. Remember, TB anywhere is TB everywhere. End TB by 2030. Yes, we can.
Nigeria is perched on the treasure trove of solid minerals. Gold, coal, tantalum, tin, but none is more critical to our future or the world's future like lithium.
Let's talk about illegal mining operations. What is our strategy?
Port Harcourt. The River State government has inaugurated the River State House of Assembly Service Commission and Local Government Service Commission. Osinachi Samuel reports that Governor Fubara notes that this will formally restore discipline and set the ball rolling for effective service delivery at the various service commissions.
Governor Siminale Fubara, while inaugurating the River State House of Assembly Service Commission, names Tamuno Sisi Gogo Jaja as chairman, while Dr. Kennedy Ebeku and 3 others will serve as members. The River State Local Government Service Commission maintained Goodlife Ben as chairman and Mrs. Beatty Warmaid as the only female among them. Governor Fubara urged them to play by the rules to achieve excellent service delivery.
You must ensure that you support the local government chairman to get rid of those fake names in the payroll, so that when they implement 85,000, it will not be too much burden on them. I'm not saying you should go and dismiss people that are genuinely employed who have this issue of promotion. You must also ensure that they are adequately promoted.
Governor Siminale Fubara also inaugurated Board of Directors for River State Waste Management Agency. He charged them to return the state to its garden city status.
Assuring that we will do our best to ensure that your program of restoring Port Harcourt to its lost glory is achieved.
The Waste Management Board has been mandated to relocate the waste dump at Airport Road to a safer location as the situation has defaced the gateway of the state. In Port Harcourt, Osinachi Samuel, NTA News.
Experts have stressed the need for proper care of people involved in drug addiction in order to ensure total withdrawal from the use of harmful and addictive substances. Chidebere Oya, who spoke with some of them, has details.
Drug abuse has remained a major problem confronting the world. Nigeria especially has faced the challenge of eradicating this menace because of the pool of adolescents and young adults that are involved.
It has caused a lot of different types of harms. They become troublesome to the family. From there, you see them into crime.
Sometimes it's frustration too. If they look at themselves, they don't have anything. Brokenness can also lead to that.
While many are of the opinion that there should be effective implementation of drug policies and programs, including arrest and sentencing of offenders, others seek alternatives.
You need to get them, rehabilitate them in a rehab. And after that, you take them through therapies, different therapies that will make them to realize that this thing they have entered is wrong.
You find that they have some mannerism, like the itch, that some people you just see the person is always, or they can't keep themselves. So these are mannerisms. Someone that is always in need of, can I get, can you give, can you? All those are signs that this person is into something that is addictive.
We treat them as sick people, because if we charge them to court and they get into the prisons, they might mix up with criminals. And then when they come out here, they become a problem to the society.
To achieve a drug-free society, stakeholders advise that attention should be focused on making drug addicts productive members of the society. In Port Harcourt, Chidebere Oya, NTA News.
And that does it from Port Harcourt. It's back to Abuja for continuation of the news.
Thank you very much, Dibabari. Earlier, we told you that President Bola Tinubu and the First Lady Oluremi Tinubu have departed Addis Ababa for Abuja after attending the 38th African Union Summit. Well, there you have it, the President and the First Lady there departing at the Addis Ababa International Airport there and being seen off by the Prime Minister of Ethiopia, Abiy Ahmed. And he was also accorded a brief ceremony with military honors there at the airport. Very colorful ceremony there. If you recall, the President attended the 38th Ordinary Summit of the African Heads of State and Government, which saw the emergence of President João Lourenço of Angola as the AU chairperson, while Mahmoud Ali Yusufu from Djibouti was elected as the chairperson of the commission. And there was also a theme, that was birthed during the summit. Just a reminder, justice for Africans and people of African descent through reparations there. Right, protection of critical national infrastructure is a collective responsibility, and this informs Tetra Core Energy Group decision to partner the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps in achieving its mandate. Francis Font reports that the company is also supporting the Police Officers' Wives Association in its initiatives.
Tetraco Energy Group is an integrated energy solutions provider with a growing portfolio in natural gas and power delivery across Nigeria and an expanding footprint in Africa. As part of its corporate social responsibility, the company's chief executive officer, Barrister Kunle Williams, led a delegation to the leadership of POA, together with his wife and founder of Next Life Foundation, Kemi Williams, where they reaffirmed their commitment to improving the welfare of families of law enforcement agencies.
And we're happy to be here at POA, Nigeria, meeting the president, because we commend all that she's been doing for the community. And with that, we would like to collaborate to see how we can push out more initiatives to make more impact in our community.
POA President Mrs. Elizabeth Egbetokun expressed gratitude for Tetraco Energy Group's support and emphasized the association's commitment to facilitating programs that enhance the economic well-being of its members.
And for her to come and say that she wants to collaborate with POA, so it's a good thing. And by collaborating with them, we know that we will do more of this empowerment and so many other things to reach out to the less privileged and the widows.
From POA Secretariat, the delegation proceeded to the NSCDC headquarters in Sauka, Abuja, where discussions focused on strengthening collaboration for the protection of critical infrastructure.
We want to collaborate very closely with yourselves to work with you very well. First of all, to support the business we are doing in protecting our infrastructures, but more importantly, to also see how we can support your efforts in what you do across the country as you continue to push the mandate of a much, much safer, environmentally sustainable, peaceful, secured country for the benefit of all of us.
We are competently ready to collaborate fully with you with a view to providing safety and security to your businesses. So be rest assured we're together.
With this partnership, Tetraco Energy Group joins a growing list of corporate organizations investing in the welfare of security personnel and their families. Francis from NTA News.
In other news, the federal government has restated commitment towards creating sustainable jobs through harnessing the innovative talents of Nigerian youths. Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Uche Jeffrey, stated this at the groundbreaking ceremony of a Sustainable and Emerging Technologies Institute project in Bayero University, Kano. Amin Umar reports.
This groundbreaking ceremony, performed by the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Uche Jeffrey, is another milestone in the nation's quest to industrialization.
Fostering collaboration between government, academia, and the private sector, we are laying the foundation for a future that is self-sufficient, technologically competitive, and environmentally sustainable.
Sitting on the expanse of 30 hectares of land, the institute will be equipped with state-of-the-art and cutting-edge technologies aimed at harnessing the innovative talents of the Nigerian youth.
Today is a very proud moment where we've not just laid the foundation, but we're looking forward to the rapid completion of this institute so that it can drive a lot of economic transformation in the country.
Situated in Bayero University, Kano, the institute will include innovation hubs devoted to artificial intelligence, which is to be complemented by a reliable power supply to be fully built and equipped by the National Agency for Science and Technology Infrastructure, NASENI.
Bayero University, Kano is particularly delighted to be part of this momentous occasion as it aligns with our commitment to scientific research, digital transformation, and capacity building in emerging technologies.
This ambitious project, which is in line with President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda in the area of industrialization and jobs creation, is expected, when completed, to create a lot of jobs for the teeming Nigerian youth. In Kano, Amin Umar, NTA News.
Digital Bridge Institute is advancing the present administration's renewed hope agenda with a plan to create 50,000 DG Tech jobs. Ayodeji Makinde will tell us more.
This initiative focuses on capacity building and strategic partnerships with media organizations and small business training solutions to boost awareness of opportunities in the global digital ecosystem, particularly business process outsourcing. As part of this effort, DBI will establish BPO centers across Nigeria's geopolitical zones to position the country as a hub for digital services. The DBI CEO, Dasa David, highlights that this initiative aligns with the National Digital Economic Policy and Strategy 2020 to 2030, which aims to equip at least 5 million Nigerians with essential digital skills.
Together, we will provide high-quality practical training that empowers young Nigerians to build sustainable careers, launch businesses, and become job creators rather than job seekers.
We need to look for an innovative way to finance some people's education. They may not need everything, but think about it. You want to train a software developer who doesn't have a laptop, and you want to compete with the guy in India or the Philippines. Give me a break, guys. Let's get realistic.
The program will focus on mentorship, training and retraining of young entrepreneurs in areas such as digital marketing, cybersecurity, outsourcing and data analysis. Additionally, the federal government will provide takeoff grants for digital tech startups, helping Nigeria contribute to the projected global demand of 170 million new tech jobs by 2030. In Abuja, Ayodeji, Makinde, NTA News.
Nigerians living in Port Harcourt are lamenting the incessant increase in house rent. Well, some residents who spoke with Kingsley Amajiri expressed the hope that the proposal for its regulation will yield positive results. Let's see that.
In Port Harcourt metropolis is estimated to go for between 500 and 1 million naira, depending on the property owner and location. This is same with two-bedroom apartments. Many residents see the skyrocketing cost of accommodation as worrisome, compounding their economic woes. This bill before the Victor Kojumbo-led Assembly is a move to curtail excesses in the housing sector for legislation.
One of the most cardinal points that I believe affects most of us who are tenant in some areas is that of the pricing regulation. At this moment, Mr. Speaker, if you check your social media, you see complaints all over. We believe that this bill tends to curtail that.
It's very sensitive because it borders on the welfare of the citizen. If they regulate it in the state, it will help us a lot.
Others foresee the bill as counterproductive towards stimulating investment in real estate development.
So far as one pays his own tenement rate, there's no need to keep harassing people. It would affect development of properties.
Analysts commend the initiative but want the legislators to make provisions for mortgage financing in Rivers State. In Port Harcourt, Kingsley Amajiri, NTA News.
Well, I'm sure that's also a concern for people across the country, not just for Port Harcourt, but let's hear from Kingsley Amajiri, who joins us now from Port Harcourt. Kingsley, well, looking at the regulation which was seen inside, but the possibility of it being accepted is the concern here. What do you make out of it?
Well, yeah, that is the truth, of course, Ruth. Port Harcourt here, of course, this has become the topical issue across the length and breadth of the city. And this is also drawing the attention of citizens as well as experts in the industry. Now the conversation is also shifting to the fact that many also are calling for the unbundling or decentralization of activities in Port Harcourt, which is also one of the key issues they have also identified is responsible for this surge and the hike in the price of rentage in Port Harcourt. A number of experts and concerned citizens have also called on the authorities to decentralize Port Harcourt by way of shifting investment, creating industrial, residential and commercial estate outside the city of Port Harcourt as a way of moving people out of the city center. The cost of housing here has become so dear to many, a number of persons, and in fact can no longer afford it to some, those who had earlier on budgeted within the range of 200,000-300,000 naira, which used to be their rentage. Now you find the property owners raising the value of that rent to up to 5, 6, 7, and $1 million plus. And many persons, residents in the Port Harcourt, are finding it difficult also to meet up this rentage. And this, of course, this is what was responsible for the decision that was taken at the River State House of Assembly. They want to see a way they can come into it, because concerned citizens are also calling on the government to take action to regulate the way property owners are charging rent. And beyond what is on ground now at the Assembly is also the issue people are raising, that we are in a free competitive market economy. If you regulate the price regime, what will be the fate of those who have also invested in the sector? So it is a multifaceted problem that also needs multifaceted approach to addressing. That is the true situation in Port Harcourt.
Very briefly now, just before I let you go, what about the property owners? What's their take on the matter? Because they're in the middle of this.
For the property owner, you know, they will not be comfortable with the fact that you want to regulate the pricing regime. Many of them also have argued that the prices of building materials have gone up, and so they should be allowed to fix the new rentage, of course, that will also enable them meet up to maintenance and all that within their property facility. Some have also said there are all those who have also argued that a number of these houses have been built for a long time. Why will you come now and also try to raise the rentage? But for them, they are disposed to having this rent go as much as they decide, but not minding what the implication will be to those who are meant to pay this rentage. In as much as these arguments go forth and back, they are disposed to having the government not regulating or fixing the price. That is the situation from their own perspective.
Thank you for that. I'm sure when we become property owners, we'll know where it pinches, but for now, we're feeling the pains of what the residents are facing. Thank you, Kingsley. Institute for Policy. Okay. The National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies and MacArthur Foundation have jointly held a one-day training on institutionalizing behavior change approaches to reduce corruption in public and private sectors in Nigeria. The session, designed to train alumni of the Institute in championing the fight against corruption and all the wrong practices in private and public service of the nation's economy, is also to ensure monies are saved for meeting increasing developmental needs of the country in line with the principles of democracy and good governance.
It's quite very important that all of us will fight together to reduce corruption and promote transparency and integrity. And we have, as Annie, we have visited the EFCC chairman, and he made us ambassadors of anti-corruption. We have also interfaced with the ICPC chairman, and we are drawing up a memorandum of cooperation. Corruption is quite very, very important to be tackled all over the world, because all those extra monies can be channeled to the health sector, education sector, cultural sector, social sector. So this is a fight that should involve every one of us.
Of NIPSI promised to use knowledge gained in uncovering economic leakages and sharpening the minds of civil servants to embrace national values and promote professional ethics in managing human and material resources. The Legal Aid Council and other stakeholders have embarked on an enlightenment campaign in Abuja on the third-party car insurance policy. Now, the nationwide campaign is to sensitize vehicle owners on the details and benefits of the policy. Ali Utiko's report is here presented.
A recent survey by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, shows that only 23% of the population has adequate knowledge about the third-party car insurance. To increase this percentage, the Legal Aid Council and other stakeholders have come up with a unit called OSCAR, which assists victims of accident in getting insurance claim and compensation through third-party car insurance.
But anytime there's any accident, let's know that now that you just have interest and then you have right to a lot of things there. The insurance has already covered you.
It covered the third party. It doesn't cover your own car. It covers the other parties on the road.
Initially, when the third-party insurance was 10,000, the minimum victim will get is 2 million naira. But now it's shifted to 15,000. The minimum victim will get 3 million naira, depending on the nature of the accident, depending on the nature of the injury.
The campaign focuses on how to go about making such claims.
We work within a time frame from when the accident happened, which is 30 days, 1 month. Within that 1 month, we try to get the necessary documents.
Once your documents are genuine, we'll now call for the things that we need, like police reports, VIO reports, statement of the victims, both the offender and the victim. We now call for insurance certificate to know whether it's genuine or not. Those are the major things you need.
They have already come and opened our eye. Make we know where our right today.
The 5 days event, which started in the Federal Capital Territory, is expected to be replicated across the country to enable citizens to take advantage of the third-party car insurance.
All right, let's head to Jos. Mary is set to give us more reports from her end. Hello, Mary.
Evening and welcome to Jos Network Center. Political appointees in Plateau State have resolved to work together with renewed zeal to actualize the time is now agenda of the current administration. This is contained in a communique at the end of a 5-day retreat held at Miango, Basa local government area of the state. Ijama Izemina has details.
The retreat, with a theme that Plateau may shine, ended with 13-point resolutions. Participants resolved to work towards sustainable economic rebate, peace, security and good governance, as well as robust infrastructure development. The communique urged stakeholders to ensure that all hands must be on deck to transform Plateau from poverty to prosperity, leveraging on human and natural resources. It also reserved that there must be concerted efforts to make the state the tourism and agricultural hub of the nation.
To make an impactful turnaround for Plateau State, participants overwhelmingly resolved to govern under God as stewards and servants of all they are created under our care. Agreed to strengthen the mainstreaming of standard monitoring and evaluation and learning framework in order to track progress and assess performance in service delivery.
The communique urged participants to go with a renewed vigor, determination and commitment to make Plateau one of the best states in terms of development. In Jos, Ijoma Ozemena, NTA News.
Hard work and commitment to duty should be encouraged, particularly in the civil and public service, to enhance productivity. This came to fore during an award presentation to staff of NTA Network Center Jos, who distinguished themselves in the discharge of their duties. Ndayang and Yebagang has the reports.
Management of NTA Network Center Jos organized the event to reward excellence and commitment to duty. Those honored include Ijoma Ozemena, News and Current Affairs Department, Sani Khalifa and Emmanuel Domnan, Programs and Production Services, Zele Ogolime, Finance, Sylvester Gukop, Engineering, Joseph Eka, Marketing, and Chioma Nwofo, Administration Department.
I want to assure the Zonal Director we will continue to encourage productivity.
Similarly, the Zonal Director of the Center, Rifkatu Daniel, was also honored for excellence as the station has sustained transmission over the years. The center also presented gifts to its retired staff in various departments, urging them to keep NTA's flag flying even after retirement.
We thank God
for giving you this opportunity that we are celebrating you. Though the situation is very tight, but to the glory of God, God saw us through.
Director of Press to Governor Kelly Amudfwang says the state government will sustain partnership with NTA in view of its role in nation building.
Most grateful for the support you've granted us since the period that we've been in office, and we will continue to collaborate to ensure that people within and outside Plateau State understand the policy trust of the governor of Plateau State.
In Jos, Ndenyan and the Abuja NTA News.
That's our contribution from Jos. Nationwide will continue
improving the quality of lives of senior citizens.
Thank you for staying tuned. Youth, women and persons with disabilities will be given more special attention in the 2027 general election. The Independent National Electoral Commission gave the assurance when the America's Empowerment Institute visited the Commission's headquarters in Abuja to collaborate in promoting access to voting by marginalized groups. Mia Ogidi reports.
They are physically constrained, but that is not a constraint to their civic rights. Nigeria, with an estimated 25 million physically challenged persons, large number of this figure willing to participate actively in the electoral process. But trust and access are battles yet to be won by this group of persons.
You have a motion for a particular candidate that is different from mine, and I think I trust you. You get there, I tell you, do this for party A or party B, you do something else. So you cannot actually trust anybody.
It's actually not accessible. I had to beg some people to hold me to cross the gutter, which isn't so accessible. So I could just imagine someone on a wheelchair trying to access here and then going up to go and vote. You can see the cubicle is located on.
And the best place to address these issues is INEC.
So why we're here is to come and see how we can collaborate. And our passion is to 2027 election.
America's Empowerment Institute, Training Institute in Nigeria, collaborating with INEC to bridge these gaps.
The passion we have as we speak for the moment is to see that this set of marginalized people, they have a voice. They have the ability to be given the chance to vote.
It is not a small thing that you have to give your will to another person to represent you through voting. So it is always stated that if it is not from us, then it will not be for us. And that is why the issue of inclusion is very key, so that they can speak for themselves.
Then we have policy for PWDs in general. PWDs, we have separate policy for them. And during election time, we cater for them.
Recommendations will be factored into preparations for the 2027 general election. Mia Ogede, NTA News.
And still on political matters, APC stakeholders of the FCT extraction have rated President Bola Tinubu economic policies and programs high, owing to the present global realities and challenges of recovery and growing the local economy. The stakeholders include a Minister of Special Duties and Minister of State for FCT and other party stalwarts, described the gain achieved across various sectors as monumental. The stakeholders appealed to FCT residents to continue to rally round APC and Tinubu's presidency for a peaceful, progressive and stable Nigeria.
Since the court have decided we have to accommodate ourselves, we should not form any distraction within ourselves. How long will you continue on this position? We are going to bring up a platform, a strategy, how to win the election.
You people can testify to the development, to the achievements of this government, as the nation at large, as the northern part of Nigeria,
particularly in FCT. You see the infrastructural development. You see the changes in education, health, agriculture, and security.
And the future is we should embrace peace and work together so that we can win election in 2026 and 2027.
Amongst other things is to mobilize Nigerians for the governing party and ensure the recruitment of more progressives, and the party works towards improving livelihoods and advancing the nation. All right, Ibadan is our next stop, and Kemi is already standing by.
And warm welcome to Ibadan. The need to tackle the wave of road accidents involving articulated vehicles leading to high casualty, as recently witnessed across the country, has been brought to the fore. This was at a sensitization campaign organized by the Federal Road Safety Corps for articulated vehicle drivers in Ilorin, the Kwara State capital. Aisha Abubakar has the reports.
From January this year to date, the number of accidents recorded involving articulated vehicles is alarming in Kwara State, especially along Okoloro and Oloru highways. Many lives were lost and vehicles were destroyed. These sudden road crashes were largely attributed to articulated vehicle drivers who often overload their vehicles with goods and passengers. All these are becoming worrisome for the Federal Road Safety Corps Kwara Command. It therefore organized a sensitization campaign for articulated vehicle drivers in the state on the need to curb the road traffic crashes.
These articulated vehicles, after carrying their loads, maybe cows or millet or guinea corn, there is no space for them to sit. These vehicles are not registered to carry passengers, they are registered to carry loads.
Relevant stakeholders at the campaign also stressed the need for drivers to always remember that they are not the only road users and always put others into consideration by avoiding reckless driving.
They are causing a lot of major risk to the road users, and they are always annoyed, especially when they saw a small vehicle coming.
If the NDLEA can amend or can do something that will be making that drug scarce for the drivers, the accident will be minimized. We just caution our drivers so that they will know how to maintain themselves on the road.
The central message of the Federal Road Safety Corps is for tanker and trailer drivers as well as other motorists to always have it in mind that accidents do not just happen. They are usually caused by reckless use of the roads. Therefore, every driver should be mindful and drive with caution so that the roads will serve the purpose of comfort and not agony. Aisha Abubakar Yahaya, NTA News.
Traditional rulers in the Osun West Senatorial District are voicing their concerns over what they described as years of political marginalization and underdevelopment. At a meeting in Iwo, the monarchs called for equitable power distribution and improved infrastructure. Femi Afariogun has the report.
Gatherings of this nature are uncommon, but for traditional rulers in Osun West Senatorial District, this was an opportunity to express their concerns. With 10 local governments under its jurisdiction, the monarchs believe Osun West has been politically sidelined, lagging in development compared to Osun Central and Osun East.
We want peace. We want progress. We want improved development of our communities based on mutual trust, justice, and fair play.
This imbalance in political governance of Osun State has led to slower growth and inadequate infrastructural development in Osun West.
In a bold stance, the traditional rulers warned that they would not support any political party that fails to field its governorship candidate from Osun West. As the next governorship election approaches, the demand from Osun West traditional rulers adds a new dimension to the state political landscape. From Iwo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
And that's it from Ibadan. Nationwide continues with Ruth in Abuja.
Thank you very much, Kemi. The air component of Operation Fasanyama conducted a successful airstrike at Yoni Hill, Zaka Ward of Safana local government area, Katsina State, neutralizing several bandits and helped to repel the onslaught against police mobile force and Katsina State Community Watch Corps personnel. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Air Vice Marshal Olushola Akimboyewa, indicates that the operation was launched in response to intelligence indicating a terrorist attack on a police mobile force location in the community, where bandits had already killed 2 of the personnel and 4 vigilantes. In a swift and decisive response, NAF air assets were deployed for an air interdiction mission, and upon arrival, the targets were identified and engaged. However, reports alleging civilian casualties following the airstrikes are deeply troubling. Responding to these allegations, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, has promptly ordered a thorough investigation to verify the claims and ensure appropriate action is taken based on the findings. As a professional force dedicated to the protection of Nigeria and its people, the NAF operates under strict rules of engagement and adheres to intentionally accepted standards in all its operations. And that concludes Nationwide. Thank you for your time. I'm Ruth Aguele. Good evening.